So listen, about a month ago, I was feeling absolutely crummy, right? I was experiencing a lot of abdominal cramping and discomfort, um, to the point where I could not function. It was completely debilitating. Right? I was experiencing a lot of abdominal cramping and discomfort, um, to the point where I could not function. It was completely debilitating. I also had a headache that had been lingering over the course of 14 days or so. It was a very high stress time for me, and my body was certainly having a response to it. So I went into the emergency room thinking that something had to be rupturing, had to be fibroids, something major was going on. The hospital ran a series of tests, which was completely unhelpful. They weren't able to identify what was causing the excruciating pain that I was feeling. So basically, they sent me home with no answers, no solutions, and I was in just as much pain, if not more, when I got home. All right, so I got the impression that evening that I should contact Dr. Lee. I'd recently met him at an event that I had. And so something just told me to give him a call, and he began to do teletherapy with me. He was en route to another city, and so he did some light therapy over the phone, and I'm thinking, this is interesting. He had me place the phone in various places, and he proceeded to transmit light during that session. And honestly, immediately thereafter, I started to have a blood flow, right? So before that, it felt like I was backing up and I was in a lot of pain. And then I started to have the beginnings of a blood flow, which brought about a small amount of relief. Later that day, Dr. Lee was able to come to my home. And in my home, he did a series of light therapy. He brought some supplements. After the therapies and all the things he did in home, I felt immediate relief. I would even venture to say within the next hour or two, I was literally in the bathroom dancing in the mirror. Like, I couldn't believe how drastic a difference an hour had made of therapy. The other thing that I did, coupled with his teletherapy and in-person therapy, was to drink a tremendous amount of water just to flush the body during this time. Well, here we are 3 weeks later, almost 4 weeks, and I'm completely relieved of it. I started to have a more constant flow after the in-person session. And whatever was causing the pain, I don't know if it ruptured or whatever happened, but it was the therapies that he did with me that made the difference. The supplements that I took. And I just want to say that if you aren't a believer in the power of holistic healthcare, then you should certainly give it a try. I don't think that words can do justice to the significant amount of excruciating pain that I was feeling. And honestly, when I did find relief after our in-person session, I had no idea that it would be long-lasting. I'm thinking, okay, this will be a quick fix, and in the morning I'll still feel terrible. But that was not the case. So if you haven't already, you need to get with Dr. Lee, and you need to take advantage of these supplements. They are the absolute truth, the simple truth, just like the name says. I'm going to encourage everybody that I come into contact with to tap into the holistic side of healthcare.